Yesterday, the actor who made Superman what he is today, Chris Reeve.
Hello and welcome back. Today I'm here to talk about one of the most interesting scenes in Superman 3.
Can't imagine what you have. But you got it.
Plot-wise, Superman's drunk behaviour isn't just a one-off gag. Gus Gorman's tampering with synthetic kryptonite produces a substance that splits Superman into two aspects: the good Superman and an impulsive, darker Superman who indulges human vices. That split is the immediate narrative cause of this scene. Now, from a psychologist's point of view, this is important. The film gives a diegetic reason, chemical corruption of his moral centre, which lets audience accept otherwise impossible behaviour from an invulnerable hero. The movie also leans into comedy more than in the earlier films, so the scene is staged partly to shock, partly to get laughs.
Superman 3 is somewhat different from the other two because it's a little more cartoony.
It is. You can almost hear the pages turning as you're watching the movie.
Richard Lester's direction pushed a campier comedic tone in this installment. So why does the bar crowd react the way they do? The mix of gawking, jeering, people gathering as he gets more and more intoxicated. Several overlapping reasons explain that cinematic crowd behaviour. First, the crowd is responding to the just sheer shock value. Someone they already know to be supremely powerful is now breaking the social norms. In real-world terms, people cluster around unusual events to make sense of them and to witness something extraordinary. On screen, that translates into a visually useful crowd that amplifies the scene's oddness. Also, the filmmakers stage escalating reactions to sell the stakes. Early on, confusion and curiosity as Superman does more outrageous things. Finally, a kind of fearful fascination when a figure normally associated with safety behaves unpredictably. Fear is one part, but not the whole story. People in crowds display a mixture of emotions when authority or a protector acts erratically. Curiosity, hope that something dramatic will happen, and fear that the social order is breaking down. The film compresses that mixture into short beats: laughter at first, nervousness as action escalates, and scattered attempts to intervene or flee as unpredictability increases. Cinematically, that mixture keeps viewers engaged and unsettled, which fits the movie's tonal flip-flop between comedy and threat.
But I have a feeling that you're very defensive, Chris Reeve, for having played Superman. It's sort of and I'm sort of ashamed of Superman. It's not high-quality stuff.
Importantly, the sequence is also a tonal experiment. Superman has been presented as almost mythical in earlier entries. Watching him drink and misbehave undercuts the myth for comic effect, and for some viewers, discomfort. Contemporary reviews and late retrospectives often call the film tonally disjointed. This scene is a vivid example of that choice. Okay, let's focus on little Ricky, the kid who looks up to Superman.
Doesn't need a bowling lesson in front of all the other kids. He needs them, give it your best shot.
Why does Ricky forgive him so readily in the scene and afterwards? Ricky's relationship with Clark and Superman is written in a personal fashion. Clark returned to Smallville, reconnected with Ricky and his mother, and filled a father figure role for the boy. That prior bond matters. Forgiveness here comes from identification and attachment. Ricky sees Superman as more than a public superhero. He's someone who has been kind to him personally.
Of course, I do them professionally, but I'm not particularly attracted to the heroics of the part. The Superman, Man of Steel, all that kind of stuff seems to me is not the most interesting part about him. I'm more interested in who is he, about a gentleman, a man with a sense of humor, a man who knows how to treat people, a leader, somebody as a model of a decent human being who happens to have all these extra powers. But I don't particularly thrill to knocking people's heads together, nor to violence, nor to any kind of showing off. And these personal concerns of mine I try to put into the character. That he only really steps in when all else fails. He doesn't go around sort of showing off.
On a psychological level, children often grant forgiveness faster to caregivers or role models because of emotional dependence and idealization. Ricky's forgiveness is an expression of trust that he perceived the true Superman, the protective, moral figure he knows, still exists beneath this corrupted behaviour. The film uses that forgiveness to restore audience sympathy for Superman and to signal that the darkness is temporary and externally caused, e.g. the synthetic kryptonite, not a fundamental moral fall. The scene accomplishes three things at once. It literalizes the plot device, the split caused by the tainted kryptonite. It leverages crowd psychology to make the moment dramatic and comic. And it uses character relationships, especially Ricky's attachment, to quickly reset emotional alignment and make the eventual redemption believable. One more practical point. Audiences need a familiar emotional anchor when a hero misbehaves. Ricky's forgiveness functions as that anchor. It models the "this is not the whole person" reaction the film wants viewers to have, smoothing the path back to the hero's redemption. So, the bar scene is strange, but it's constructed deliberately, a plot device made visible, crowd reactions that sell spectacle and anxiety, an emotional shortcut through Ricky that keeps the audience invested and compassionate.
People say to me, though, they said, you do all your own stunts. I say, what stunts?
If you want to dig deeper into the film's tone and production choices, there's a lot of contemporary commentary and trivia. Christopher Reeve himself was famously unhappy with parts of the film.
Dick Lester, a very smart man, he lets people do what they know how to do. And one thing I can do is fly. And oh dear. So what they did is they came to me and said, look, you tell us where you'd like to go and where we should put the camera and how you want to work it out. And that kept me from falling asleep,
And the movie's shift towards comedy is a frequent, critical focus. Who wants to see more of Clark delving into his moral compass being broken? I do. And I'm just going to leave that one there.
Chris Reeve, good luck with Superman 3.
Thank you.
I'm flying after I get done talking to you. It's really a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
This guy looks like a fat.
Now, the Oscar for the best audience on television. The envelope, please. Thank you. The winner is you. Let's go to the movies.